One of the secret hidden gems here in Thompson Station. I love this layout. It is so inviting. Dreamfinders Homes are incredible builders.
This is the kind of thing you want to look out for, guys.
Actually, guys, I don't know if you can see this on camera. This is a walk-in closet. Looking at 3 of their spec homes. If this is your first time on the channel, my name is Steven and I make videos like this each and every week about living in South Nashville and the surrounding areas. Additionally, I'm a local realtor and I'm dedicated to helping people just like you move to Nashville. And I'm the only agent on YouTube bringing you content like this and taking you inside of active and new construction listings just like this one to show you the things that Zillow simply can't. So if you're looking to buy your dream home and make sure it doesn't turn into a nightmare, be sure to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or even better, click on the link down in the description or scan the QR code on screen to book a one-on-one video call with me. And I look forward to talking to you soon about your move to Nashville. Hey y'all, I'm standing here in the Fairhaven neighborhood in Thompson Station, Tennessee to show you a little bit more about it. So we're gonna be looking at 3 of their spec homes in this neighborhood. And this is one of the secret hidden gems here in Thompson Station. The only reason I even heard it existed is some of their sales representatives came to my firm recently and I was like, wow, I need to show the people out there on YouTube what this neighborhood is all about. It's gonna be the only gated community in Thompson Station. And one of the unique features that it's gonna have is right over here, they're putting in a trail that's gonna be going, so we'll just walk down it. It's gonna be going back here. And at the end, they're gonna put a bridge across the creek that runs through here to the Bethesda Rec Center that's being built. They've already got some amenities set up there. And the builders are maybe even talking about seeing if they can include maybe a year of membership in the rec center as part of the purchase here. I'm not making any promises to you, but that's the kind of thing that you definitely want to talk to people about. And so one of the things I want to mention to you guys is when you're doing new construction, they're gonna have incentives for using their preferred lenders. They're gonna have certain times of the year where if you know what to do and how to negotiate, you can get things thrown in like a refrigerator, a washer, and a dryer. And so if you're looking to buy new construction, I'd be happy to help you make sure you get the best result out of your new construction purchase and you're not leaving anything on the table. And let me tell you, Dreamfinders Homes who do this particular neighborhood are incredible builders. They leave nothing on the floor as far as quality. They really focus on quality, and so I'm excited to show you. I think you're gonna agree that the quality of the finishes in these homes is top notch. You know, as you're looking at what this neighborhood looks like, you're gonna see that the curb appeal on these homes is quite nice. They have 5 different models and we're gonna be looking again at 3 of those today in depth, but you have 5 to choose from. They still have some lots that haven't been built on yet. These builders do all sorts of custom work. So they're not super strict. If you're gonna build from the ground up, they give you a lot of options on how you wanna build that out, whether you want a 2-car or 3-car garage. And as far as incentives go, I got the scoop that we could get you as much as $18,000 towards your closing costs if you wanted to purchase one of their spec homes. It's worth negotiating with these guys because they're a great builder. They really produce a great product. And so, you know, they've got stainless steel appliances, they've got granite countertops, they've got the crown molding, they got everything that you guys love to see. And we're gonna go look at it. This first one has my favorite curb appeal of all the homes we're gonna look at today. So let's go over there and look at it. This is up here at the top of the hill, the Foxmoor model that Dreamfinders is building here. This is one of their spec homes. So we're of course gonna take a look inside. This one is 5 beds, 4.5 baths, and 3641 square feet. I'm gonna tell you the price, of course, after we look inside. But as always, I would love to hear your guesses on this one. This is gonna be the one that is priced the least out of the 3 I show you today. And I got a question for you as we're moving forward, guys. If I were to give you the keys to one of these homes, I would love to hear which one you would pick. Looking at the outside of this home, it is just absolutely gorgeous. They really take good care of their landscaping. In fact, every new home that they build here, they include a nice landscaping package. And from what I've seen, you know, some of the homes, if you go off into the center here, you know, they come back to back. I've noticed that they've put in additional privacy trees for the people that are moving in, because they wanted to really make sure to feature the homes in their best light and let people know that, you know, hey, if you move in here, we're gonna make sure you have privacy. So I like the attention to detail that these builders have, and it's just gorgeous here on the outside, as you can see. So let's take a look. You do have a few steps as you come up into the Foxmoor, but it's a nice high porch, and they've even got a gas lamp welcoming you home, which is a really unique feature you don't tend to see.
All right, let's see what she looks like on the inside. Stepping in, we got these lovely, I believe these are engineered hardwoods or redwood. And off to our immediate left, we do have the first bath. This would be your guest bathroom. And one of the things that struck me when I took a little preview walk through this home is these mirrors. I mean, it doesn't come across on camera, but man, you can see your reflection in them like you're seeing yourself. Really beautiful touch in this home. Coming back, swinging off to our right, we've got this unique lighting fixture overlooking your formal dining room. And this one does have double glass pane doors on either side, welcoming you in. And a nice tall window for views outside if you want to enjoy that while you eat with friends and family. Coming back to the entrance, we're gonna go ahead and head straight ahead. We'll go upstairs later. Walking towards the living space, off to the left. Let's take a peek before we head in there. We do have your coat closet. It's got a SimSpire Smart Connection Center. And looking at that, one little thing that I wanted to tell you guys about is that the HOA actually covers your internet, 1 gig internet here in this, in any of the homes you purchase in Fairhaven. So look at this massive living space, and it's just so open. This was one of my favorite things when I was walking through earlier. I had to take it in a couple times because it's not only is it big, but it's just completely open into this kitchen. All right, so let's take a closer look. As we step in, you can see multiple custom lighting fixtures on this spec home. Quite a bit of space to fit stools under your island, and the island, all of this countertop work is granite. And what I always like to check, let's see if this cabinetry is soft close. It sure is. They don't spare any expense at Dreamfinders from my experience. Very nice. And one thing of note, these are 10-foot ceilings downstairs. Upstairs, it's 9-foot ceilings, which is really rare. You're lucky to get 8-foot upstairs most of the time. So that's one of the things that strikes me about this entryway is it's so tall. They really made it. If you were moving in this and you had to turn a couch up on its end, you're gonna get it through this door. Stepping through this way, you've got your nice 6-burner gas range with this hood. And everything in here is stainless steel. So ample countertop space, absolutely gorgeous kitchen. All right, now we're gonna go through that tall door I just showed you. And let's take a step back. This is your mudroom. Stepping in from the garage over here. And love to see this. They've went ahead and set here a nice mud bench with plenty of space for shoes. And then just through here, of course, is the laundry room. Nice and spacious. This custom tile work. And you do have a sink basin in here as well. And why not a view of your backyard? And then coming back this way towards the primary bedroom, before we do step in there, we just want to take note of this lovely gas fireplace. And then tons and tons of windows, patio doors, letting in all of this natural light. So you're never gonna feel like this home is too dark. All right, let's head this way into your primary bedroom. This is striking. As you enter, they did put in a vaulted ceiling. These custom woodwork joists. Look how beautiful. And it really stretches up there. That's one of those things, if you're laying in bed at night, you just look up and you get that sense of nature. Really nice touch. All right, stepping through towards the primary bath. This is like a procession hallway leading you in. There's quite a feeling as you walk this way. Off to the right and left. I'll go ahead and open both of them. We're gonna get some lights on for you. We do have his and hers sides, walk-in closets with full built-in shelving and drawers. So no lack of places to put shoes, folded clothing. Somebody living here might not even need a dresser, depending on how they like to organize their clothing. So really nice feature of this home. And then one more door off to our left here essentially serves as your linen closet, but this doesn't have your basic cheap metal racks. They've got these beautiful shelves that run throughout the home. Stepping into your primary bath, you've got this gorgeous soaking tub, separate from, of course, your walk-in shower. And as I like to point out when it's there, you do have a nice bench if you need to sit. Separate vanities on either side. So this is really thoughtfully built. And of course, these are granite counters. Just a gorgeous bathroom. Sweep around over here, and then you do have a privacy door for the throne. Okay, let's head back through here. And now we're gonna take you outside before we head back upstairs. Let's take a peek at what it looks like out there. All right, stepping out onto the patio. One of the things you get that feel of is this green space. So you'll notice that this particular area does have a bit of a berm that goes up, but overall you do get that nice feel of open green space. Obviously not ideal that you can see the road right there. You are gonna hear some road sounds, but one thing that I talked to the builder about this area is they're never gonna build anything else back there. And there's, as far as going around the entire perimeter of this build, there's a lot of space that they could build more, and they have guaranteed that space will not be built on. So you're always gonna have green space in this particular neighborhood. She looks just as gorgeous from the back as the front. And an additional touch is this back patio does have an additional gas fireplace. Beautiful feature on this home. Let's step back inside. Now, time to head upstairs. As you get to the landing up here, it really opens up into a ton of space. And you get a great view of your entryway. You can get some of that natural light coming through the front doors up here as well. Beautiful custom lighting fixtures. And one other feature I want to show off to you is this custom fan here in this bonus room. This landing's big enough you could consider it a bonus room. And this fan is something else. Not only do you not usually see a 3-bladed fan, but not like this. It's just gorgeous. Plenty to brag about so far already in this upstairs. And an additional closet, and just like we saw with the linen closet downstairs, they don't use cheap racks. You're gonna have nice custom finishes throughout this home. So we're gonna step over here into this first bedroom upstairs. And one of the things of note with this new carpet is the padding on it is just exquisite. It really feels nice to walk on. And this first bedroom does have a walk-in closet, but even more impressive is it does have an ensuite bath, this custom tile work that goes all the way back. Now, this is a bit of a skitty bathroom, but spacious. You really get a feeling of space in here. You've got your custom tub insert here. It does have some nice tile through, so it's not your general porcelain throughout, but the tub itself, looking a little small. And then you've got tons of windows. If you enjoy having viewing space out of your bathroom, you get up high here, you get some great views of the neighborhood and what's going on, what activity is going on out there. And as always, this bathroom does have those granite counters and these beautiful mirrors. All right, let's head on to the next bathroom. Let's head on to the next bedroom. Heading down this hallway. And again, I want to point out while we're here, 9-foot ceilings in an upstairs home. So rare, so rare. Very impressive spec home. Stepping in, nice clean new carpet here. All right, we have another walk-in closet here. Pretty impressive space. Just a couple shelves. What might get annoying is I've noticed there isn't any hanging racks, so those are gonna have to be added. And this does have its own ensuite bathroom. Same situation, we've got these nice mirrors throughout the home. And this one does have, instead of a tub, it has this walk-in shower. Back into the hallway. Now, before we head into this bedroom over here, I want to point out this space right between these bedrooms. It goes pretty deep. We're probably talking at least 10 feet and then an additional 9 foot high. And this has got its own door. So this is a massive storage room that's going to be heated and cooled. You don't usually see anything, a space like that, unless it's under the eaves or in the attic. So pretty unique feature. Coming over into this bedroom. This one has some of the better views. If you like just to look at green space in the whole house. Look at that. Gotta love it. Thompson Station still feels really green. This neighborhood is a gem. And then this bedroom does have its own walk-in closet as well, just like the other one. That one's got, so this is the kind of thing you want to look out for, guys. And this is something that if we work together, I'm going to make sure that if your home's missing anything like these racks for hanging your clothes, if you need to make sure you get a washer and dryer in the deal, that's something that we're going to make sure gets included for you. Now, coming off to your right. Now, so far, we've noticed the one behind us did have its own bathroom. The one down the hall that we first looked at had its own bathroom. Swinging back around, this bathroom is going to cover as a Jack and Jill these 2 bedrooms, okay? So let's take a look at it. Because this is for 2 people, they were smart and they did give it separate vanities. And this light really beautifies their choices of lampshades here. I don't know if it comes across in camera, but it's a nice feel in this bathroom. And then the toilet room does have the location of your walk-in shower. This one's got that beautiful custom tile work. Much nicer than the last one we did look at. And a couple little spots to stick your toiletries, never want to miss that. And some views of outside. We got one more bedroom to look, let's go hit it. Coming through here. And additional, oh yeah, just like that other bedroom we looked at earlier. Wonderful views of the green space as you come through. It's the 3-bladed fan like the other one, but it's not that curved look that we saw in the bonus space. And of course, I mean, there's no way it isn't. Every bedroom has a walk-in closet. Always love to see it. So I'll meet you outside and let's talk about the price.
There she was. What'd you think? I told you I would tell you the price. So again, that one is 5 beds, 4.5 baths, 3,641 square feet, and it is priced at $1,279,990. Did you get close? It's harder to tell on new construction, but for the size and the gem of the neighborhood that this is in, this is going to be one of your cheaper options. And the Foxmore, I just got to say, this one probably has my favorite curb appeal. So that was the Foxmoor in Fairhaven here in Thompson Station. Let's go look at the next one. I think you're gonna really be surprised. I'll tell you when we get there. All right guys, so here we are now at the Wentworth model in Fairhaven. And this one is 6 beds, 5.5 baths, and 5,381 square feet. Quite a bit bigger than the last one, and that's because this one has a basement in it, and I can't wait to show it to you. Before we head in, hey, so before we head in, we're of course gonna take a closer look outside, and after I'm done touring you inside, of course, I'll tell you the price. So as always, we'd love to hear if you've got a guess. Let's look at the outside. As we look at the outside of the home, you can see just like the last one, they do include a really nice landscaping package in these homes, and they keep them really clean. This one's been for sale for a little while now, and this one is one of their spec homes, just like the last one. They've got this asphalt shingle roofs on each of them, and they do come with a lifetime limited warranty. And instead of being brick, this one's got that hardy board siding going all along the side. And of course, as you would expect, it's in really good condition. If you're looking to get a 3-car garage in a home like this, you're likely gonna have to build it here. The spec homes so far that I've seen are 2 cars, but they do allow you to do a lot of customization in these homes if you wanted to do a 3-car instead of a 2-car. But this driveway has an additional pad space, so you can really fit a lot of cars here if you just needed more space for your cars. Let's take a closer look. So unlike the other one, this has got an additional stair. We gotta come up 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry, 2 extra stairs, 5 stairs to head in. It's not on right now, but they do have that gas lamp to greet you as you come home. It's really lovely, but we've talked enough about the outside. Let's head inside. All right, let's step inside this beauty. And as soon as you step in, you're greeted to a foyer that extends all the way to the ceiling. So really like to see that. I mean, it's worth pointing out, you do have a banister as soon as you step in that kind of cuts your space off a little bit, but I'd say these vaulted ceilings really make up for it. And looking into this room, I'm having some childhood flashbacks, y'all. This has got this really interesting fixture. What appears to be wicker, reminds me of some furniture my mom bought when I was about 5 years old. So little throwback here, but lovely office space with great views of your neighborhood. In fact, that's the model for this neighborhood right across the street. That's the model home. And then just off to the left here is where you enter your neighborhood. So it wouldn't take you long to find home when you're coming here. Let's head back out. And one thing I didn't show you, this does have dual French doors, nice glass panes. All right, but enough of that. Before we head upstairs, let's look at the downstairs. Coming through this hallway, I would say it does feel nice and wide. I've been in plenty of skinnier hallways, I'll tell you that. You do have the guest bath off to your left as you enter. Pretty spacious. And as I always like to say, it's a good thing to have space in your half bath in case your guests need some time on the throne. So don't mind that one at all. Coming through, you got these lovely, this is the same flooring that they have in all of their builds. It's nice engineered, I believe it's like a redwood. And coming through here off to our left, this is your mudroom. Just like the last one, we've got this built-in mud bench, plenty of space for shoes and boots. And we do have a nice, this one might even be larger than the last home we looked at. Laundry room, and it's got a nice sink in there as well, and plenty of cabinetry space if it is needed. Now, normally I don't show you guys garages, but I wanted to show you this one today. Just worth noting, if you did live here, you'd have to come up a few steps to get from the garage into the home, just like you do at the entryway. Okay, spinning back around, let's get back to that hallway. And heading over this way. Before we head into this gorgeous space, let's go look at the primary bedroom. So Heading in, you're greeted by just a massive space. Nice window on either side. I mean, you can tell this room kind of tells you where to stick the bed, right? It's almost designed for exact placement of a bed with the windows the way they are. And coming through into the bathroom, she is tiled as a bathroom should be. And of course, you've got separate vanities and beautiful cabinetry. Let's take a look and see if they've soft closed it. Of course they have. Again, Dreamfinders doesn't spare any expense on their builds. These spec homes are just amazing. A nice view out. I mean, maybe you'd put a curtain there while taking a bath, or maybe you'd enjoy the view, who knows? And then of course you've got this separate walk-in shower. And I just wanna take a closer look at this, guys. I want you to look at it with me. Look at that tile, wow. Even just coming closer to it. This is beautiful tile work in this shower. Very inviting. Okay, just wanted to show that off. And here's the space. Woo, doggy. This is a walk-in closet. Let me tell you, I first saw this, I was like, I don't know if this is a bedroom or a closet. The last listing we looked at had the separate closets, but even if you added those two together, it would come nowhere near the size of this closet. Incredibly impressive. And then I'm against, just now hitting the back wall. You can see how far away the entryway is to that, is into this closet. It's just massive. So very impressive space. Hey, let's go look at the living room. All right, coming into the living room, you're greeted by all manner of windows on this side. Again, just thoughtfully placed to let in a ton of natural light. Got this lovely gas fireplaces you tend to see. And as I like to say, I really don't know if this comes across in camera, guys, but I love this layout. It is so inviting, having your kitchen off to the left here, and the way it flows into this living space. It's just gorgeous, and it makes you really want to come visit this space. You've got stainless steel appliances, as always, throughout all of their homes. 6-burner gas range with the hood, just like the last one we looked at. And I'm sure, I mean, not just in the bathroom, certainly soft close, of course. Okay, now, there's no fridge here, and you notice there was no washer and dryer. Like I mentioned, guys, one of the things that I like to make sure to work out with my clients is getting as much as the builders are willing to give. So I think if we work it out, we could get, if you wanted to buy a unit like this, especially if it's a spec home, we could get you a washer, a dryer, and a fridge for sure. So let's look at the rest of this kitchen. So look at this beautiful work. Completely different style of granite and lovely clear paned dark cabinetry for displaying your fine china and things like that. That's just lovely. And one other thing I'd like to point out is these light fixtures over the island give it a really unique feel. Haven't seen a whole lot of these fixtures. Okay, now I'm standing in the center of the living space, just giving you a little pan around the space as we come over towards the dining space. Again, this space is just massive. And you have lovely views out onto this deck. Now leaving the dining room, we're gonna head over outside. Let's check this deck out that we just peeked at from the dining room. Obviously, this is a brand new deck. So, they haven't stained it or anything, but really sturdy. Just walking on it gives you a nice view. And you can see some homes over in like another area there, but you just have a ton of green space behind you here. And they're actually right here coming through, and you can see you can start to see the treads that go through. This is the main road that you'd be coming from, and they're gonna be putting gates here. This path is gonna be the one that leads to that rec center that I was telling you about earlier in the video. But just lovely views, and the deck stairs, we're pretty high. We're pretty high up here, so great views of this lovely backyard. So next up, I want to show you is the upstairs, and we'll take a look at the basement. Let's head there. So wow, the first thing you see as you come up here is this massive open bonus area. Goodness, this is striking. Don't see a lot of bonus areas that are just open and serve as a central hub to your upstairs area. Really like the layout of the Wentworth. Coming into this first bedroom that was off to our right as we got upstairs. So you got a nice view of your neighbors, some of that custom fan work. And this one does go in to a Jack and Jill bathroom. So let's take a little journey. Hey everybody, we've got single vanity, toilet down the center, shared tub, of course, and then stepping through, you've got vanity for the bed on this side. So you got to share a tub and a toilet if you live in these two bedrooms, but otherwise you've got your own little powder areas and a linen closet, of course. So let's step into the other shared bedroom, this Jack and Jill bath. Just like we were looking at from the deck, you've got that view of what's going to be the path that leads to the rec center and all of this lovely green space. But what's even better is this closet. It's a nice walk-in closet. I mean, not as nice as the primary bedrooms, of course, but quite spacious. A big guy like me would be able to use that easily. Coming back into this bonus area, and I want to show you the views from here as well. Similar to where we've been looking, just gorgeous views coming through here. But coming back to this back wall, I just want to show you this space from this angle. There's the stairs that go down. We're going to head off into this final space up here. So this space would normally just be a bonus room in most houses. However, you've got some storage right there, some attic storage. You can definitely tell, I've just been in enough of these, even just the feel of stepping here, I can tell we're right over the garage. I don't know, you might stick your bed in here, have a little cubby, and then you could do anything else you wanted with this bedroom space. So I can imagine a kid loving this bedroom. And of course, they've got their own ensuite bath. The lovely granite, we've got the soft close. This one is a tiled tub shower insert. And just like that other bedroom we just looked at, a nice walk-in closet. Actually, this one goes back and forth. You really feel the width, and it's got an additional entrance into, let's peek, why not? You got that additional entrance into the attic. You'd have to do some crawling back there, but you could definitely store plenty back there. There's one more adventure we haven't taken yet. Let's head downstairs and go look at that basement. All right, so we're back in the entry hallway, and instead of heading into the kitchen and the living area, we're gonna take two rights and head downstairs to this basement. Now coming off to our left, while this room does not have any windows, they did include a closet. So this one can be used as a bedroom. And for a basement, these are really high ceilings. So nice space. If you got somebody in the family that wouldn't mind living on the ground level, taking advantage of some giant rooms that exist on this level, they might love this as a bedroom. But speaking of those spaces, let's head over. So as you can see, because this is one of their specs, they are cleaning it up. They're still doing a little work on it, but they were nice enough to let us into the spec today to look at it, and hope you've enjoyed it so far. Let's take a look in this first right. We've got an interesting space. It looks like this has almost been set up as another coat closet for the people who are living downstairs here. In fact, if we take a look, let's see if we can peek. I don't want to disturb this door, but let's all peek. Let's see what we got over here. There's an unfinished space back here. All right, next, off to our right, is the downstairs bath. I should say the basement bath. This is what's interesting, they've designed this a little differently. You've got this bronze colored fixture on the sink, and then you've got a mirror to match. So same thing, we've got some bronze work in the fixtures in this bathroom, which really add a nice touch of consistency to the style. Love to see that. Off to the right, got a really big bedroom. So you can see, it may be hard to tell on camera, but we're slightly below grade. You can see the grass here is slightly above where we're standing, but not so above that you feel like you're kind of trapped in here. It'd be easy to get out of those windows. And obviously those are your HVAC units. This bedroom downstairs does have, like all the bedroom upstairs, you wouldn't be upset to live up down here because you've got your own walk-in closet as well. Coming back the other way. Oh, and before we head there, what I didn't show you is that this bedroom actually does attach right to this bath. So this could be accessed from the hallway and the bedroom, making it essentially an ensuite bath. Coming back this way, you've got this really large living space. Entertain here, you could put pool tables down here, you could do a lot with this space. And yet another view of what will be the walkway leading to the convention center. It's gorgeous out there. And this would be your point of egress downstairs. This goes out, let's take a peek. This goes out under your deck. Listen to those beautiful nature sounds. Swing around, there's the stairs from the deck. And that's where we just came from. Got one last thing to look at in this home. It is this additional closet-like space. It does have its own lighting fixture. And my goodness, this is unique. So they decided to go ahead and finish this out in the spec. There is a lot you could do with this. I mean, really interesting space and surprised by it. So we're gonna head outside and let's talk price. All right, so that was the Wentworth. 6 beds, 5.5 baths, 5,381 square feet, massive basement and some wow moments in there, I think you'll agree. That one is $1,591,496. Obviously, that's a very specific number. If anybody guesses it exactly, I'll buy the house for you. Just kidding, I'm not gonna do that. We got one more to look at that's a little more towards the top of the hill in this neighborhood. I'm really excited to show you 2 of the features in that one. Let's go take a look. Now we come to the Lancaster here in Fairhaven. This one is 6 beds, 5.5 baths and 4,532 square feet. So it's right between the square footage of the 2 we last looked at. Might give you a little bit of a hint on what the price will be. This one does have a 3-car side entry garage we're gonna take a closer look at. So let's look at the outside of the home, and of course, after I give you a tour, I'll tell you the price. One of the things that's been consistent with these homes is they have really large, spacious driveways, and you'll see there's an additional parking pad off to the side of where you'll enter with your cars to make it easy to park extra vehicles here. And so this is your 3-car side entry garage. Of course, you'll do 2 in this side, 1 in this side. And coming through here, let's take a look at the front yard. Once again, really well-maintained landscaping in these spec homes with a nice landscaping package already transplanted, or already planted for you. Coming around here, let's take a look at the front profile. Kind of up here. I really like the look of this one as well, guys. I'm curious which one has the most curb appeal. Of course, I told you the one we looked at first for me had the most curb appeal, but this one's a close second for me, I think. Really gorgeous. So this one does have 5 steps coming up to get onto your porch. And I don't know if they include it, but just worth noting, this one does not have that gas torch light welcoming us in. So that's the kind of thing, if you would want one installed, talk to me. I'll see if I can talk to the builder and get one installed for you. Let's take a closer look inside. All right, we're heading inside. There is the lovely Lancaster. Little tease, when we walked this way, I took a peek before I put this on camera. Oh my gosh, I had stars in my eyes. Just wonderful space. But first, let's take a look off to the left. And this is a really large office. Not the wicker light fixture we saw earlier. But check out this ceiling. Unique space. Gotta love it. And it's interesting because it's got this dark aesthetic that is unlike the rest of the home. So it really makes this office have a different feel, which I really like. Now you'll notice it is painted the darker color even on the outside of the door, and then on the inside it's still light. So if that's something you wanted change, you're gonna wanna talk to the builder maybe before your purchase, see what they can do for you. Heading this way, this would be to our immediate right. Coming in, we're gonna have the first bedroom. And woo, look at those windows. I expected one set, but they've got two. Right next to each other, giving you plenty of light. And an additional one peeking at your neighbors. That lovely flooring you see throughout all of these homes, into the tile work in the bathroom. You know, and of course, compared to some of the bathrooms in these Dreamfinders homes, this one's nothing special. But one feature it has, like the rest, is all of this space above your head. Really high ceilings, nice fixtures, and as always, they like to match the mirrors and the fixtures, knobs and things like that to really give it a thoughtful feel. All right, let's go ahead and head out. One other thing we haven't looked at yet is your entry door does block it a little bit, but you do have in this bedroom a walk-in closet as well. Let's go down back out into the hallway. And coming through, this is the wow moment of the home for me. Stepping into this space. I love the way this fireplace comes out and that feel you get from the nature right through these windows and the deck. You feel like you just stepped into a cabin in the woods. And actually, guys, I don't know if you can see this on camera, we've got a deer out there. Just beautiful. Gotta love the feel. And this is here, you know, here in Thompson Station. This neighborhood is just such a gem. Hope you get a chance to come check it out. And wow, the Lancaster is really impressing me. Love this space. So stepping in here, living space as we see lets all this natural light in. We'll look out there on the porch and the deck area in a second, but let's look at this kitchen. Wow, take that in. Really spacious. And one thing I noticed when I was walking through here earlier is this is a long island. So while the kitchen itself doesn't have a ton of counter space in this little area, this long island helps make up for it. And then let's check out this dining space, because wow, even more cabinetry, plenty of counter space. This essentially serves as your wet bar. We've got a wine cooler down there. And I love that the kitchen and this wet bar area have these separate paint colors. And really this nice dark color helps to give that feel like you're at a cabin in the woods again here. So this was really thoughtfully done. Just a gorgeous space. And of course, this does step into the primary bedroom. So let's take a look. One of many beautiful lighting fixtures throughout these homes. Okay, we're gonna head to this back wall. I want you to take this whole space in. Okay, really large bedroom. Beautiful paint job. And we're gonna look at this closet here in a second, but first, let's check out the primary bath. Coming through. Off to our immediate left, this is the toilet, which is great. If you gotta go quick, you want quick access to that, so don't hate that. All right, you've got separate vanities on either side of the soaking tub. Nice big windows. And of course, this was another wow for me. This shower, it's got glass on either side, but then this entryway is not blocked at all. No doors or anything to open, just step on in. I love this style of shower. And if you do too, I think you would love having this one. Wow, the Lancaster is impressive. Okay, and coming through, this is your walk-in closet with that built-in custom shelving we've seen in some of these other homes. But what I really was impressed by is coming through here. This floor plan, y'all, is so well thought out because it comes back through here. Now you've got an additional closet space. So now, not only do you have a his and hers in this just massive space that stretches on, but then it swings right around into your laundry room. So easy access to your laundry room. You don't have to go far to put your things away. And like all the other homes we've seen here in Fairhaven, the laundry room has its own sink basin. Plenty of cabinetry in this one. And okay, you know I like to check. Let's see if they put soft close they did, even in the laundry room. Wow. All right, let's step into the mudroom. Just like the other two homes. No mudroom is without the proper amenities to make it a proper mudroom. And of course, that way is your garage. And headed back this way, going through the kitchen, we're gonna head outside, take an adventure with me. This covered patio has an additional gas fireplace. It's also got this inset lighting and its own fan. Make sure you stay cool back here in the summer and spring. Let's just take a peek at the backyard. Why not? You do have to do a few steps to come here into your backyard, but perhaps one of the nicer backyards in this neighborhood. Wow, and like we saw earlier, we did see some deer back there, and none of this space, y'all, none of this space is gonna be built on. So you know that you're gonna continue to have this lovely green space if you purchase here. And that's a really nice selling feature of these homes. You've got your HVAC systems, just gorgeous. Okay, now we haven't seen the upstairs, so let's head back inside. Now again, as you come in, you just feel this space coming into this home. I know that always changes as you add furniture and things like that, but wow, it really makes an impression. Let's head upstairs. All right, so the first thing we're gonna do, we're gonna go ahead and take our immediate left to this bedroom area. It does have its own ensuite bath. Let's peek at that before we look at the bedroom. And it does have dual vanities. So looking at that, this can easily be shared with multiple people. And you do have your nice walk-in shower here, as well as linen closet. All right, let's go look at the bedroom. Off to our left. Now I do wish, I'll say this, I like that there's 4 windows. I wish they were a little longer, let in more of that natural light. So if you had a young kid living here, they'd need a ladder to see up here. Because again, the view of your green space is one of the selling points of this home. But we do have a nice large walk-in closet. Can't hate that. All right, so that's our first bedroom. We took a look up here. That was our immediate left coming up the stairs. Now coming up the stairs, if we would have basically went straight in, here's an additional bedroom. This is your pretty standard bedroom, nice and square. It's probably close to a 10 by 10. The views aren't as nice, you're looking at your neighbor. But what's consistent across these homes is that no one's gonna be sad about their closet space. This does have a walk-in closet. Now, coming through, we've just come upstairs again. We're gonna do this whole row, then we're gonna head back the direction the stairs come from and check out this area. So let's take our next left here. Another bathroom here in the hallway with dual vanities. Lovely cabinetry. I keep checking and they keep impressing. That is soft close. And just as a nice little touch, this bathroom does have this long window up here to give you that little bit more natural light. Everything is thoughtfully done in these homes from what I have seen. And the last room we're gonna look at before we turn around is this bedroom. This is very similar to the one all the way across if you take a left up the stairs. Difference being that your view here is of the front. And all the way across there is the entry road where you come into this neighborhood. Coming back, pretty good sized bedroom, definitely bigger than the one we just looked at. Off to our left, of course, there's a walk-in closet. And why not? Give them a nice little window for a view as well. All right, let's head back on this side of the stairs. Take our first left here. So now we're starting to see signs of where the roof is in the home. More of those panoramic views. And if I'm right, interesting, let's take a look at this space. Because I don't recall. Okay, so this is your walk-in closet. There's something over here, hiding from the door we just opened. Yep, it's what I expected. Almost missed it in my walkthrough. So this one does have its own attached. So one thing you'll note about this home is that you're never gonna have to fight over sinks in this home, because not only does everybody have their own bathroom, but even the hallway. I mean, when do you see this? When do you see every bedroom having their own hallway and the hallway bathroom having two separate sinks? This is unique. Just wanted to point that out. And then over here, coming behind the stairs, you've got your bonus area. So not only is this a nice landing, but you got a nice big bonus room. And might I add, might be important to some, if you're the kind of person that likes to work on your own home, easy access to your roof. Very nice. And just as a last little thing, check out this custom light work, looking down our stairs. So we're gonna head down there, we're gonna head outside, and I'll tell you the price of this home. Guys, so that was the Lancaster. Just a gorgeous home. That one might have my favorite interior of all of them. And I mean, how serendipitous that as we're walking into that living room that we saw a deer outside. Gotta love that. So do you have your guesses on the price of this home? It's right between the others. Like I said, it's $1,488,550. So if you guessed about 1.5, I'd say great job. It's just a wonderful home. Only thing that bummed me out a little bit is that pillar kind of cutting off that open area, but it's still so inviting walking into that home. And I think if you bought a home like this in Fairhaven, again, this is the only gated community in Thompson Station. So if that's what you're looking for, you can't beat this little hidden gem. In the meantime, guys, I certainly hope you enjoyed looking at these homes with me. I'd love to hear which one you would pick as your favorite. But again, regardless, if you're looking to buy your dream home here in the Nashville area, I'd be happy to serve you. So go ahead and scan that QR code to set up a meeting. And in the meantime, I certainly hope to Tennessee you soon. Bye-bye. Woo, doggy.